On that note, here's one thing for sure. None of those four prominent local leaders will ever be an FOT. Well, maybe one will, friend of Trump. Throw in the fact that Hillary Clinton carried Massachusetts by one of her widest margins. There's not a whole lot of reason for Trump to be planning a vacation on the vineyard.
There are a number of issues I disagree vehemently with Mr. Trump on, and I question whether he's got the temperament to serve as president.
People should read the history of how Germany elected Hitler. His ideas are not only radical, ridiculous, and immoral, they're also really stupid.
A small, insecure money grubber who doesn't care who gets hurt, a man who will never be president of the United States.
Three of the four of us laughed at that line. So will Trump carry a vendetta against Massachusetts, and what could that mean if he does? I've said this before. Adam Riley did a package a couple of weeks ago. When Richard Nixon only lost one state, that state lost the Charlestown Navy Yard as a result. Will Trump take this out, this universal criticism on Massachusetts?
I think he is, during this post-election period, been very magnanimous to people who didn't support him. Many of the people in his cabinet were strong Jeb Bush supporters, and now they're on his cabinet. So I don't even think he's thinking that way. Honestly, I think he just wants to
and his staff isn't thinking that way either. No, they're not vengeful at all. How about
seriously.
you?
Yeah, I think that Massachusetts is going to pay a price. I don't know what that is, although the one thing is I don't think that we're going to be looking for any funding for the North-South rail link anytime soon, you know?
Yeah, but there's also something pending. For example, the Green Line funding. We're waiting for $1 billion. Everybody with whom I've spoken, including Mike Capuano, who's been sort of the father of this thing, the congressman, not a problem. It's a little technical committee. If we, I mean, the reality is if President Trump says, don't give him the money, we don't get the money, right?
That could happen. I mean, it would take an act of Congress to undo this. But I think, you know, I think Massachusetts matters. I mean,
does or doesn't?
Does matter, you know, and I think part of it is that, you know, while our politicians might not be behind Trump, but we have business leaders, as I've written, we have CEOs who are tight with Trump, whether it's Bob Kraft, who owns the Patriots.
It's Mr. Kraft to you, but go ahead.
GE, Jeff Immelt is, you know, knows Trump.
So these corporate leaders may be our lifeline, as you wrote beautifully in your piece.
Yes, because
not our politicians.
Because, you know, he's a CEO. He trusts people who know their way around a boardroom. So, and we have Jim Cook from
the brewery thing.
Well, not Jim Cook, the New Balance guy, Jim Davis.
Jim Davis,
who was one of his early supporters. And who can forget Ernie Bach Jr.?
Who can forever forget?